What's up, guys? I'm back at y'all with another video. Now, we're going to talk about how to become a high value male. First things first, to become a high value male, you're going to have to find yourself as a man. Yeah, you got to find yourself as a man first. How you going to become a high value male and pursue, your true purpose without knowing who you are? The beginning of wisdom is, knowing who you are as a person. You can't have that wisdom to tap into your purpose if you don't know who you are. So a lot of you guys, you got to start with, defining who you are. And a lot of times, how you going to define who you are is by being alone. Yeah, by being alone and thinking. You're going to have to do a lot of thinking. You're going to have to get comfortable with being alone. So you can, so your mind can get settled. So, you won't be distracted by the things that's of this world. You got to kind of like put yourself in a room, in your room, or put yourself, you're gonna spend a lot of time just by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand that to define yourself, you're gonna have to spend a lot of time by yourself. That's how I found myself, And another thing, to become a high value male, you gotta tap into your purpose. You got to know what you want to do in life. And you got to have good intentions toward what you want to do in life. You know what I'm saying? And you got to make sure that it's something positive and it's something that you can, monetize. Well, if you want to start a business or, create a YouTube channel or start singing or whatever the case is, you got to find something that genuinely just makes you happy. And continue to pursue that until you get rewarded from that. Another thing to become a high value male, I would say the best thing is to get on semen retention. The best thing, bro, is to get on semen retention, bro. Semen retention will boost up your confidence. Semen retention will make you less emotional as a man. Semen retention will make you more rational and more logical. Semen retention will have you, feeling a lot better in life about yourself. Semen retention will have you tapping into your true purpose. It tapped me into my true purpose. You know what I'm saying? Based off experience. Semen retention will definitely boost up your self-esteem as a man. Semen retention will keep you super consistent at your purpose as a man. I'm just being honest, guys. Semen retention will make you become a high value male. A lot of you guys need to just, cut women off for a few years or whatever until you find yourself. So you can tap into your purpose. A lot of y'all guys are just being distracted. That's why y'all can't tap into y'all purpose and become the high value male that y'all really want to be. It's just too many distractions. But you allowing those distractions to distract you. You got to think with the right head. You got to use your brain. You have to use your brain, man, in this world. You can't let your sexual desires override your critical thinking or override your health. Because a lot of you guys are destroying yourself. You decreasing your value by, you know, having all this casual sex and don't know how to, you know, don't know when to not have it and stuff like that. That's y'all problem. Y'all lacking self-control. That's why a lot of you guys can't become a high value male. You need self-control as a high value male. High value males have self-control. You know? That's how they became the high value male. Because they have self-control and discipline. They did what they had to do just to get where they had to be in life. You know, they pursued their purpose. They didn't let nobody, you know, take them out off course. They stayed consistent. You got to stay consistent. That's how you're going to become a high value male on your purpose. You got to stay consistent. You got to have that hunger in you. You got to have a plan. You got to have a plan to become a high value male. And you got to execute. You guys got to start executing, man. And another thing that's going to make you a high value male is by you just constantly having that confidence to believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself. As a man. You have to, bro. You got to be an action man. Yeah. You got to be an action man. You can't just be talking about it. Because all that talk don't mean nothing. You just got to work, man. Just work. You know, find something that you truly, you know, enjoy, that makes you happy, and just work and just put all your energy into it. That's what's going to make you become the high value male. If you don't put all your energy into it and, you know, you slacking and stuff like that, man, you got to keep it going. You got to be ambitious to become a high value male. You can't be no type of guy that just, you know, think about it and talk about it and discuss it and stuff like that, but you're not putting in no action. That's not what high value males do. High value males, they take actions. You know, they have a plan. They write things down. You know, they map things out. And then they go for it. They just go for it. And they become dominant in that field, whatever they pursue. You got to make sure that you want to be that dominant one. You know, you want to become that alpha male, man. It's going to take a lot. I know it's going to take a lot, but it's going to be worth it in the end. Because it's going to better your life in the end. And you're going to sit back, you're going to watch this video over again. You're going to be like, you know what? I'm glad I took his advice. Because what he's saying was right. Get on semen retention if you want to become a high value male. I'm telling you, it's life changing. It'll save, you know, it'll save your energy, it'll save your money, and it'll put your money into the right things instead of the wrong things. It'll put your energy towards the right things instead of the wrong things. Things that's going to help you out. It's time to do something for yourself. You want to have something for yourself. You want to be established. You know, you want to build the whole pyramid. You know, you want to climb up that hierarchy. You want to be that virile man that's amongst men. You don't want nobody else to be at it, to be that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to put in the work. And another thing, to become a high value male, you got to just cast out all fear, bro. Cast it out. Don't be afraid to take that first step. Because that first step, bro, you never know. You know, that first step might be the biggest step you took. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that sounds crazy. But A lot of times it is. That first step is like the best step, because at least you're starting. When you don't even start, you're not even playing in the game. You sitting on the bench. You want to be in. You want to be in the game, man. I know you guys can do it. That's why I keep suggesting, semen retention. Cause semen retention gonna definitely make you stay focused. Like, I got a focus in me that I never thought I'd never have in my life. I just thought I'd never have this focus ever in my life. Like, how can I be so focused? But hey, semen retention is building me. It's helping me. So I'm staying on it. Why would I get off for it? Why would I take my sexual energy and transmute it back into the thing that drained me? That don't make sense. I want to stay focused. I want to become that high value male. And I can do it. I know I can do it. That's why I'm constantly, making these videos for you guys, so I can inspire you guys to get on your purpose as well. Yeah, it's going to take time. But, when that time comes, when you find something that you genuinely, have a passion for, that genuinely makes you happy, go for it, man. You can't be, sitting back on it. Don't sit back on it because you want to become that high value male. You got to move, man. You got to do things. You got to help yourself out, because nobody do it for you. Another thing, too, is to become a high value male, and this is very important. You need more energy. This is why I'm telling you guys to retain. You can't become a high value male and you always tired. Like, you always tired, bro. Like, how much effort you think you're going to be putting into what you're trying to do? Not much. Not much. You're not going to be able to perform at your 100% battery rate. At your 100% battery level. You're not going to be able to perform at that level. So you guys got to keep retaining for months so you can, do it you could pursue your purpose at a full, like full throttle. You could do it, as much as you want without getting tired. That is no greater feeling than that, bro. That's how you're gonna become a high value male, because it's gonna give you that drive, bro. It's gonna keep you ambitious. It's gonna keep you focused. You're gonna enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is how you become a high value male as a man. Y'all keep retaining. It's Coleman.